All right, man. So the bye week went terribly. Every other team in the division won. So that means if every other team wins next Sunday and we come out and lose, we're going to be one game out of fourth place. And that's going to be a steep uphill battle. So we cannot lose Monday. I don't know how to sugarcoat it. I don't know how to put it to you nicely. I'm just putting it how it is. Because if we lose that game, it's going to be tough to climb up out of that hole we've put ourselves in. But I'm not going to dwell on that too much because it is week 6 and we play the Buffalo Bills on Monday. And if you watched any of my videos prior to this upload, you know I'm kind of confident going into this one because their defense is vulnerable. I don't worry about the offense scoring. I worry about the defense stopping Josh Allen in that offense. And it's not because it's some kind of crazy scheme or anything. And no, it's not necessarily because it's Josh Allen. Josh Allen is arguably the best quarterback in the league, but it's the way Joe Brady calls his plays, more so how he mixes and matches his personnel groupings. Like, it's kind of like the way the Denver Broncos do it. It's kind of crazy how they just I don't even know, man. It makes my brain lag. So, and the only reason it is because it's like, how do you declare as a defense? Do you want to go nickel or do you want to go base? Do you want to go dime? It's like, I don't know, man, but we about to get into the film. So if you guys do enjoy this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more. So let's go and get into the film. So if you really don't understand how personnel groupings affect the defense, this is probably the best play to show you, and it's the first one. So look, this is a base personnel because they have 3 tight ends and a running back. This is a base personnel. So the Baltimore Ravens, they're going to counter this by going 1, 2, 3 down linemen, 1, 2, 3, 4 linebackers. Okay, they're in a 3-4. And they are in what we call 13 personnel. 1 running back, 3 tight ends. But the upside for playing 3-4 against this personnel is that you're good against the run because, look, this is a running personnel, okay? You will want to run behind this. But the bad news is you're forced to play basic coverages, okay? So that means if we were a 3-match team, you really can't play 3-match with your linebackers on the field like this. You have to play a standard cover 3, and that's exactly what we're getting. So we're going to get our outside thirds right here. We're going to get our middle thirds, and then we're going to get our 4 underneath guys, okay? And this is what they're doing offensively, what we're getting here. We're going to be getting a wheel route by this guy right here. We're going to get a seam read by, I think this is Jackson Hawes. So if this is a 2-high coverage, he's going to bend this inside, and then you're going to have a flat route right here, okay? And then front side, we're going to get a stick concept. So pretty simple, okay? So you're pretty much reading this from over here to all the way over there, okay? And so when we watch this play through, you're going to see what I'm talking about. So this is what happens when you play a base personnel against a running personnel, really. Look at this. These guys, they're spot dropping. They're just getting eyes on the quarterback, and they're just dropping, okay? You see? And voids like look at this. You can operate down here. You can operate in between the hook and the middle third. And it also doesn't help when your guys doing, I don't even know what Nate Wiggins is doing, man, but look, this tight end is going to go right down the seam right here, and then you're going to have this guy come back up. So even if he was in position to make a play on this, he's going right down the field, and Calvin knows not going to follow him because he sees that running back right there. So it's like it puts your defense in such a bind because it's like, do you want to declare and be in base, or do you want to be in nickel, play a more complex coverage, but you're going to risk getting the football ran on you? And as you can see, boom. And now they're down there 1st and goal on the 1 because, they're playing a simple coverage. Now, the next one we're going to look at is against the Bills. I said the Bills, the Jets. So defensively, we're getting Tampa too. So we got our flats, our halves, our middle run through right here, our hook to seams. Okay. This is what we're getting defensively. Now, offensively, what we're getting, this is something we always run. So we're going to have a clear out by this guy right here. We're going to have a choice route by this receiver right here. So once again, you could go up to about 4 to 5 yards, break in, break out, or just sit it down. And then back here on the backside of the progression, we're going to have a dig. We're going to have this return route right here, and then boom. So you pretty much just pick a side. And so we're going to work this choice concept because guess what? They are in a 0-3 personnel, which means they're going to have, look, 1, 2, 3 tight ends. And these guys right here, these are receivers. So it's like there's no running back on the field, but there are 3 tight ends. Do you want to declare and go base? And once again, this is a linebacker right here. Do you want to risk putting a linebacker on a receiver? Or do you want to go nickel or dime, and then they're going to run the football on you? So it's just like, it's really putting your defense in a bind. So when we watch this play out, because once again, this is a linebacker that we're talking about covering a receiver in space. So look at this. He's going to square him up. This is like, the typical thing you do with the choice, where you're going to square your guy up. And once again, he has that two-way go. Look at the space. He can either go in, he can go out. It doesn't really matter, because once again, this is a linebacker on a receiver, bro. So whichever way he picks is going to be right. And so he breaks out, and boom, he's able to get the first down. So this is going to be a tough thing to defend, because I don't know, man. We have the bodies for it. But my only logical thing as a defense, if I were a defensive coordinator, my only logical counteract to this is to probably be in big nickel, which you're still putting another DB body on the field. Granted, it's a safety, but it's that's the closest thing you can get to base personnel. Okay, because imagine if this is so for example, for us, say this is, big nickel. I'm probably thinking this is going to be Xavier, this is going to be Jesse, this would be DeMarco Hillams, and these are going to be Caden and Diablo. Okay, I would feel comfortable doing that. Do we see that? Probably, but we don't know, because we're not the ones game planning. But that's what I would do if I were in this position playing against this defense, or this offense rather. So that's just me. All right, now the first two I was showing you was out of shotgun, where they were in those big personnels, but they were in a passing formation. Now it gets even crazier when Josh Allen gets up under center, because now you really don't know what to expect. So this is what we're getting here. You're gonna get a motion going across, and he's just gonna just do his thing, right? Take the coverage with you. You're gonna have a crossing route by this guy right here. You're going to have a switch release going right here. So he's gonna take an inside release and do an out route. Dawson Knox is going to block right here and then get out into the flat, okay? And you're going to get a play action behind this, okay? Coverage really doesn't matter, but once again, when you get in these big personnels, because look at what personnel they're in. They're in a 2 tight end set. And once again, this team has declared base. You see your 4 down linemen, and you see your 3 linebackers right here, okay? And then you have your safety down in the box. So you're playing a basic coverage because they're in a big personnel. And now, when you do a hard play action, look at this. You do a hard play action going one way, now you're slipping out the back door. And look at this. Josh Allen has options. Okay? He has 3 options. He has the immediate guy to Dalton Kincaid. You have Dawson Knox going on an out route or a sell route, and Keon Coleman's on a safety running away from him. So you have 3 options on one play because of what you're doing personnel grouping wise. This is going to be such a good matchup to watch, because I wonder how Jeff Ulbrich is going to counter this. He statistically has not had success against Josh Allen, because they've averaged 28 points a game when he was with the Jets. But it's watching it. Do we how are we going to at least plan to stop this? Okay. And then here we go with another example where they get under center. This was just on Sunday night. You see, once again, they're in their big personnel. That's just 3 tight ends. They go 1, 2, and then here's number 3. Okay. And they're going to be doing another play action pass. Now, you don't see much straight drop back out of these personnels, because once again, they are a run heavy team. Well, they're not a run heavy team, but they're really efficient at running the football. So when you get into these big personnel groupings, you're probably going to think, hey, man, these guys are going to run the football right at us. And once again, no, you're wrong, because look, you're going to have a clear out right here by this receiver, okay? Then you're going to have an out route right here. So we're pretty much getting flood right here, okay? Then James Cook is going to go out to the flat right there. You got your 3-level stuff right here. And as you can see, the Patriots, they have counteracted this personnel decision by going in base. And as you can see, you have your 3 down linemen, your 2 linebackers on the outside, you have your 2 inside linebackers, and the safety's creeping down into the box, because guess what? They're expecting run too, because of the personnel grouping, because of the identity of the team. And once you see, boom, nope, we're going to be doing a play action pass. And you look at this, 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 look at this. You have 3 guys turning their back. Look at this, bro. This guy is going completely wide open, and these guys don't know what to look at. Okay, there's no communication on the back end, because once again, you're all discombobulated off of a hard play action fake. You're supposed to go get him. He's looking over at him too, and he's looking at nobody. What are we doing here, bro? And you see, once again, they're just gonna slip right past him, get an easy explosive play, because of, once again, how they sequence their personnel groupings, and how they just mesh well with what they do as far as game planning. So this is going to be a tough game for the defense. I'm letting you know that right now. Now, once again, I do think this is actually a winnable game because of their defense. Their defense is not very successful at stopping the running. We have arguably the best running back duo in the league. And I want to let y'all know because, it came out earlier this week that we have the #1 total defense in the league. And that's because, once again, I told y'all before, we have horrible starting field position, but some people might take that and run with it, okay? But I do want to say, regardless if the defense is good or not, if you're going to be playing a contending team or a good team in general, like the Buffalo Bills, and you have a good defense, you have to accept the fact they will move the ball on you, okay? It's going to happen, all right? I find it really rare that like a good team goes up against another good team and like one just completely just shuts them out, okay? Or really blows them out, right? Because once again, that team is good for a reason. They will find ways to move the ball, just like y'all saw on Sunday night where it was a hard first half, but they came out and they got their things together and they started to put together touchdown drives. Now, turnovers did kill them, but that leads me to my next point. When you're going up against another good team and you aspire to be a good team, once again, you have to accept the fact they're going to move the ball, but the things that you can't control to help the outcome of the game is to not turn the ball over, rather, and also be efficient in red zone defense and offense. Now, our red zone defense is not the best, okay? And you see our red zone offense needs some work too. So if we're going to win this game, we have to be efficient in the red zone on both sides of the ball. And we cannot turn the football over. This is how we win the game. We keep the ball out of Josh Allen's hands and we convert in the red zone. We cannot settle for field goals. We absolutely cannot. But that's my whole take on the thing. If you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more because I'll be putting out more stuff like this in the future. So I'll see you guys like next video. Goodbye.